ever browsing YouTube watching content about some of your favorite media, and then suddenly, whoa, what?
Insert favorite thing.
Is under attack? Attack? How could they slander the fair name of
Insert favorite thing.
This is outrageous. Okay, probably not. If you're anything like me, you see a provocative title like this and roll your eyes. However, unfortunately, rage-baiting losers online is a very lucrative business.
They're denigrating our dude, shitting all over us.
But you know who the biggest losers are? Anime fans. Now, there's a difference between liking anime and being an anime fan. Most notably, people who like anime are normal people, and anime fans aren't. They're known for being highly critical of popular shows, most notably because women like them. In general, they're weirdly reactionary, but also consistently fetishize the idea of a woman with a penis. Or just a feminine man. I wonder if that'll be relevant later. However, this demographic of sad cases need content creators who can spoon feed them their opinions like every other demographic. So, who's gonna step up to the grift? Oh. Disclaimer time. So, throughout the entirety of this video, I will be pronouncing his name as Hiro Hai. I know this is wrong, and I do not care. Hiro Hai is a stupid name, and you should feel bad for saying it. I say his name in a cool, epic, and based way, and you need to go away. Hiro Hai makes me sad. This is probably the saddest content on the internet. The grift is so painfully obvious and people fall for it regardless because anger sells. Hai's whole shtick is basically just being another quartering type news channel, although unlike Jeremy, he's not that far gone.
Oh my god. I just peed in my basement.
I think that's the difference, honestly. Jeremy has lost it, being radicalized by his fans in the almighty pursuit of their money, and Hai is just a loser. You can evenly split Hai's content into 3 main categories. Twitter tried to cancel this. Oh, Japan based. And lastly, Genshin Impact. Oh no. All of which have reactionary, uninformed gamer takes sprinkled throughout. Hai is the Twitter discourse equivalent to those text-to-speech Reddit compilation videos. Hai talks about a lot of things he knows very little about, which is a problem. This is more of his fiction isn't reality shtick, with the amazing video Twitter police try to cancel the Danganronpa creator. Obviously this title is a lie because, well, that's what he does. You know how I previously compared Hai to a Reddit TTS video? He's actually worse, because he doesn't even bother fucking reading the posts. Instead he just plays Genshin Impact music. The idea of this video is that Twitter users are not capable of understanding the difference between reality and fiction. The creator of Danganronpa, Kodaka, made a tweet about how hitting people is bad, and apparently he's getting cancelled for this. Big if true. For anyone unaware, Danganronpa is a series of subpar adventure games about murder mystery that goes horrible, way too good for what it is, and awful again. However, it had a few spin-offs as well, which we'll get to. The crux of the video is the belief that the tweets are a direct response to what Kodaka said. However, I actually don't necessarily think that's true. The first tweet he shows is unrelated, not that he would know that. What seems to be happening is Hai is building a narrative over unrelated events. What people are doing here is dunking on Kodaka because, well, he's Kodaka. He could have fucking said anything. But the reason this got more attention was because it was commenting on a trending topic at the time. First tweet, who is this guy? Well, funnily enough, for most of the time he's around, he's not actually violent. In fact, he's a coward, hiding away and refusing to act. Hai-G is the leader of the Resistance, a group of survivors from the attacks on Toa City, which previously was one of the few safe places left. Think of it as the New Vegas of the Danganronpa universe, a mostly untouched city surrounded by a ruined world. This quickly changes as the Warriors of Hope, a group of children, attack the city with robot bears, and you have a hacking gun that can shoot hacks so hard at the robots that they fly backwards and explode. Also, I'm getting sidetracked. Point is, Hai-G isn't a violent character, so what's wrong with him? Well, he's you know.
No, that's not what I was thinking at all. Especially not with you. I like him younger. As young as possible.
Actually, Can I leave now?
He says he likes girls as young as possible, was abusive to his younger sister, and is generally a really awful creepy person. Each of the Warriors of Hope have their own trauma that's led them to where they are today, one of which isn't depicted with any respect at all. I'm not going into detail as it would really ruin the funnies, but the story of Kodako Utsugi is genuinely disturbing in a really real way. The game depicts the trauma she deals with as a joke, turns one of her outbursts into a horny minigame. A victim of CSA shouldn't be depicted like this. I don't care that they're not real, that doesn't negate criticism. This is awful. It's canon that Haiji would be attracted to Kodako if only she wasn't so noisy. So then dipshit number 1 replies to this tweet saying that fiction isn't reality, as if that's a coherent response to a PNG of an anime man. Look, I'm not going to say the OP had amazing arguments, they're right, just bad at phrasing. The argument essentially was supposed to be that fiction obviously affects reality, as racial stereotyping is perpetuated through bad representation in media. This causes the grown man to say, what the freak? Hi shows again another tweet that's just dunking on the guy for existing. While Danganronpa 3 wasn't made by Kodaka himself, he still did make Daisaku Bandai, the ultimate farmer, who was literally based on Uncle Tom. How sensitive do you have to be to see very valid criticism of a thing you like and then just disregard it entirely and complain that Twitter is the reason there's no Danganronpa 4? I don't understand this. Half-Life was one of my favourite games ever, and it's kind of misogynistic. In the main game, outside the tutorial, the only female characters have big bouncy boobies and skin-tight jumpsuits, not even a normally visible face. Am I gonna cry whenever someone points that out? No, grow up. Nearly 2 minutes into this 2.5 minute video, and finally, someone did the thing that they're supposed to believe. Apparently. Holy fuck, we did it. Slight correction, by the way. I think the issue people are having in these latter tweets isn't that people kill each other, and it's that it's high schoolers killing each other. I would just like to clarify that they're not high schoolers, they're just convinced they are, so they don't know what they're talking about either. Hi is like a parody of a real person. Take the fucking hysterical combination of title and thumbnail that is terrifying news breaking out of China with fucking Genshin Impact. Of course, there's the immortal classic that is massive salt over Nagatoro anime already. Nagatoro icons were a pretty common thing among weird dudes at the series' peak. You can see why. The artwork is usually pretty good and the characters are very expressive, making good profile pictures. However, anime fans, for some reason, tends to have a pretty racist streak. That's led to an admittedly justified stereotype that Nagatoro icons were going to call you the N-word. Now, we get to watch the king of Twitter anime discourse pretend he doesn't know what people are talking about and then deflect for a few minutes. This time, Hai didn't even fucking pick out the tweets, his source being
from my website Nyannet.
I tried to check his source and got a fucking security warning.
This dude says deactivating when this comes out. I guess he means the full anime.
Yes, he does mean the full anime, Hai. Good job. This is also clearly a joke. Deactivating when this comes out. Does he think we're sad about that, let alone care? Put a visual gag here. He then pretends to be surprised.
This one's really out there. So, responding to the trailer saying, the face of racist profile pics for years to come. What's the correlation between Nagatoro fans and racism? These people are so petrified of this show already.
Look, I'm not an emotional expert. However, I don't think he knows what petrified means. He then says BIT word, which is funny enough that I don't even need to make a joke. Are you ready for this next bit?
I mean, wouldn't some woman argue that BIT word is a slur to women? Okay, dude.
Bitch is a slur for women. Hey, liberal! You don't like me calling you the N-word? Then how come you say bitch, which some would argue is a slur for women? Who says this? Nobody! God, arguing is so much easier if you just lie.
Pure and simple says, seeing this made my day actively worse.
Hi. If you read anything in an angry, whining voice, it'll sound annoyed and unjustified. Keep in mind how you write your own titles. At the end here, they mention something called the Uzaki-chan controversy, which is too much to get into. However, I think some Uzaki haters shat in high cereal, because holy fuck, you milked this topic dry. Speaking of milk, essentially people didn't like Uzaki's design. That is because it's bad. Okay, look, she straight up doesn't look like a kid. I can see why people might argue that, but it's just that simple faces look younger. The more detail you put in, the older they generally look. Doesn't stop the design from being bad. Look, I don't want to insult the artist, but this, in my opinion, is pretty poor character design. But yeah, that's it. That's the controversy. Some people disliked the design. This was clearly enough justification for Hai to make a rough estimate of 64 billion videos about her. Normal human behavior, that. Next up is his videos on Japan. Hey, you made it halfway through the video, I think. I don't know actually when I'm going to put the intermission. Anyway, this is where in the future I hope to showcase like fan art and stuff, but given that this is the first episode of the show, I don't think I have any. So instead I'd like to thank the channel artist, who will be linked in the description. They did not only the icon that you see for the channel, but also the lovely Kai stills you've been seeing throughout the video. They are Cherry Guts on Instagram, I think. I don't know, they change names sometimes. Regardless, there will be a link in the description. So go do have that now. No, seriously, please support them. They're a great artist, and an all-around great person, and they definitely deserve your support. So I don't know, go commission them or something. Do it now. Come on. The fuck are you waiting for, you piece of shit? Now let's get back to the cringe. Yeah.
Rated M for mature. U.S. Agent Leon Kennedy is on a search and rescue mission. What he finds is pure evil. The award-winning must-have action title of 2005 is now a PlayStation 2 event. With new weapons and an additional storyline featuring the mysterious Ada Wong. Evil has evolved. Resident Evil 4 for the PlayStation.
Yes, the country. Hyde loves Japan. He wishes that Japan could be his dad. So many videos boil down to, wow, Japan is so epic and based and agrees with me. Often he'll extrapolate the opinions of a few select people and just pretend that they represent the entirety of the nation. Yes, all 125 million of them. This is the saddest form of hyperbole I have ever seen. But I mean, who cares, really? Out of all his content, it's definitely the least important, the least damaging. Hyde's audience is worse than he is. That's always the way, isn't it? It's his fault, though, of course. He's cultivating them with his gamer takes and inflammatory titles and thumbnails. He knows what he's doing. Maybe. It's hard to tell. His awful fans beckon for their daddy high every time they so much as see a black person anymore. Their awful behaviour led to him having to change people's names by editing the HTML, which he calls magic. It's the same trick he used to remove swear words. But he's so incompetent that he just swaps the handle with the username. Are you fucking serious? Okay, little interjection here. So Hybridy's one of the funniest thumbnail combos ever. Okay, it's called Gay People Are Being Exploited. So guess the thumbnail. I'll give you 5 seconds. Okay, you're wrong. It's fucking Felix the Catboy fan art with a pride flag in the background and an improperly cut out fucking flame effect. I kid you not. You can see the bits he forgot to remove. I'm going to die. This content sucks. It's bad, it's lazy, it's all a nothing burger designed to grab your attention and keep you hooked on bite-sized misinformation day after day. It is designed to make you angry at an imaginary other to the point you'll keep watching to hopefully find more things to get annoyed about. It's nothing new, but this is simply more annoying. Hi is the exact opposite type of person I want influencing people's media literacy. One of the aims for this channel is to promote critical thinking in regards to the media we consume, and to some degree Hi seems to be the antithesis of this. How did this sad little man get his start anyway? Ruby. For those unaware, Ruby was a show. Technically. It's an anime, sort of, made by Rooster Teeth and looks like it was animated in Source Filmmaker. Despite the lack of quality, Ruby went on to get a pretty major fanbase, Hi being one of them, making videos and theories about the show, even some shipping content. Which way, Western man? However, after allegations were put against voice actor in the spirit of things, I'm gonna pull a hero Hi and not bother checking how that's pronounced. This event permanently changed how Hi functions, like as a person. Everything was Vic. He basically became what he is today. Just Control F replace every mention of people being anti-Vic with SJW Westerners and you're done. One single moment permanently changed a man's life into being the most pathetic loser on YouTube. Poor bastard. There is so much to cover. I might make a follow-up one day, who knows. Why don't we find one more video to talk about? Wait, journalists in shambles. Oh fuck. A joke poll that got 67 retweets. Journalism destroyed. Thank you for reporting on the real shit. Hi, I was wrong about you. I actually now think that lying is based on epic. To celebrate, I made a fan cam for you. Please, enjoy.
Turn on the point chain. Here we go.
I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night.
Wow, cool, right? I'm literally shitting myself. Hai is such low-hanging fruit that he's kind of gone unchallenged because no one wants to stoop low enough to respond to him. But I am low as hell. But that has the obvious side effect of people thinking he's right. Hai is like a parody of a regular person. If you can, whenever you see him or someone like him, fact check them. They're bound to be wrong 99% of the time. He's not just a hero for fun. He's an asshole for your engagement. I've been Kai from Kai's Home for Aspiring Vampires. Try not to get struck by a truck this week.
Obama.